You got this. So the first thing we need to do is, again, read the question sentence. How many football cards does Mark have? So just plain and simple here, what we're looking for, we're just looking for the number of football cards that this person named Mark has. Who's Mark? I don't care. You can replace Mark with Stephanie. You can replace Stephanie with Javier. You can replace it with Coach Anderson. It doesn't matter. The name doesn't matter. What matters is what we're looking for, and we're looking for the football cards that Mark has. How many football cards? So I'm going to say Mark has F football cards. And again, I choose the variable, I choose the letter just to help it make sense. I'm not always going to go with X. Like, come on, like give some personality to it, put some interest in the problem. Yes, you can use X all the time, but here I'm going to say F. F for football cards. That's what I'm looking for, the number of football cards.
Before we continue, just want to take a quick moment to thank you for watching this video. And all I ask is that you please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That way more people just like you can see these videos. But on top of that, if you're looking for more ways to practice the right way and raise your score with guidance without stressing, then I really wholly 100% recommend my ASVAB All-Access Program. The program, long story short, helps you watch, practice, and master every topic, from the word knowledge to paragraph comprehension, arithmetic reasoning, math knowledge, general science. It's there and it's designed to help you succeed with practicing the right way. So with that said, check out the link in the description to see how it all works, because you're going to have ways to learn in every way that you prefer. And you get my guidance and my support all the way until you pass. So don't hesitate. Stop feeling nervous and being anxious and letting yourself feel that way when there's a solution waiting right here for you. Check out the link in the description. That way you see how it works. And then reach out to me if you have any questions about it. Let's get back to raising our scores.
Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to move over now and allow the information to develop the problem. I'm going to allow it to develop for me. I'm not going to try to force anything. I'm not going to freak out and grab the first numbers I see, add them, and sing a Hail Mary to the bank. No, I'm going to just write the information down and see what the connection is between that information and the number of football cards that Mark has. That's it. I'm looking for the number of football cards. So any information related to it, let's check it out. So here, Mark has collectible basketball and football cards. Okay, so it's not just football cards. You got basketball cards in there. Okay. I'm still looking for football cards, though. The ratio of football cards to basketball cards is 3:8. Everybody, is that important there? That 3:8, is that important? Why is that important? Give me a reason, okay? Give me a phrase here. Why is that important? I mean, yeah, it could be a ratio. Yeah, it's a fraction. I don't care. What does it mean, though? Give me English here. Give me English, not math. Why is 3:8 important? Thank you, Dominic. It's the ratio or the comparison. It compares football to baseball cards, or basketball, excuse me. It compares football to basketball. And because it compares them and there's a connection, then you can use that connection or the relationship to try to figure out the answer. That tells you that, hey, look, we're not just looking for football. Basketball, that number has something to do with football. Let's use that to our advantage. Now we can get a little calmer knowing that we don't have to freak out about seeing numbers that we don't know their meaning. So here, let me highlight that for you right here. Ratio of football cards to basketball cards, 3:8. So what does that mean, everybody? What that means is, again, ratio of football over basketball. That's going to be 3/8. That's what that means. Before I continue, notice how I compared it. Football over basketball, 3/8. The order matters. Are we good with this before I continue moving forward? Right on. Perfect. So with that, let's go ahead and keep moving forward. So next up, I see that we have one more piece of information that we might want to write down. And that is right here. It says, hey, Mark has 64 basketball cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write that here. We're looking for the F football cards, but with a comma, I'll just say has 64 basketball cards. And the reason I'm writing it there, if you're wondering, Coach, why is that 64 not over here somewhere? Well, notice that F, the number we're looking for, the number of football cards, that's the actual number of cards that he has in his hand. He actually has also 64 basketball cards. So in actuality, that F and that 64, those are connected, just like in terms of the comparison or the ratio, 3 and 8 are connected. Now you have your two comparisons. Now it's up to us to compare them in the same way. So let's go ahead and do that. Watch this. If I want to find out the number of football cards, what I'll do is I'll say, hey, look, if I'm looking for F, I'm going to compare that to 64 because that's football and that's basketball. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare it to 3 over 8. Because guess what? That 3 is football, the 8 is basketball. Everybody, do you agree with me? Yes or no? And again, you could have set this up a couple of different ways. You could have swapped the left side and the right side out. It could be 3 over 8 equals F over 64. You could have 64 over F, 8 over 3. That would work as well. A bunch of different ways would work. As long as you compare the same things in the same way, you're good. And so with that said, everybody, this is a pretty quick one too. Do I need to cross multiply in this one? Yeah, 64 times 3, that's 192. Then 192 divided by 8. Okay, that's going to be 24, it looks like, if I did the math in my head. But do you have to do the math in your head? Not easily. Not quite. Because guess what? If I want to go from 3 to the answer, I noticed that I can go from 8 to 64.
Remember, my math party people, acing the ASVAB is not just about watching me do it. It's better that you practice as well. It's about watching, practicing, and mastering the material. And the best way to do that is to start off with my free practice test because it comes with video solutions so you can try it out yourself, see all the mistakes that you've made, and then keep raising your score with those video solutions, organizing yourself so you can lower that test anxiety and raise your score. No excuses, it's completely free, so go ahead and click the link there or in the description. That way you can get started, raise your score, and do everything you need to do. Let's ace the ASVAB, but let's get back to the problem after you're done signing up.
Everybody, how do you go from 8 to 64? Times 8, that's right. Times 8. And so I can do the same thing up here. Multiply by 8, multiply by 8. Everybody, 3 times 8 is what? 24. What does that 24 represent again? 24 what? What does 24 represent? Football cards, that's right. And there we have it. And there we have that. Right there. Nice and straightforward, man. Nice and straightforward, nice and easy. There you have that.
And before you go, if you like what you saw and you want to raise your score with thousands of practice problems just like that, so you can lower that test anxiety, raise that confidence, go to this link right here to check out the full program. There's a video that shows you exactly how it works, but you're going to get lessons, guided practice, worksheets, speed drills, and everything that you need to feel supported from day one all the way until you pass. Again, I'm Coach Anderson, and I'll see you soon.